So we were doing forfeiture of shares when the shares were issued at premium. So 4 or 5 rules we have done in the morning. I will just remind you these rules before we move further. First rule is what? The capital will always be called up. And the called up part is always for face value. No premium is included in the face value. Then second rule is that you have to check whether the premium has been received or not received before making the journal entry for forfeiture. So if it is not received, then securities premium reserve account will be debited. And if somehow you have received, then you will be doing simple journal entry for forfeiture as you were doing earlier also. Means you will not debit or credit securities premium reserve account. There is no need to touch securities premium reserve. In which entry? In the entry for forfeiture. Then third rule is that you will always be including the premium amount here if you have not received the premium. If you have received the premium, then you will not touch the premium, and that fall also will not be there. So because you have not received the premium, so that money will also be included here. Then fourth rule is that while calculating the amount for share forfeiture, the amount only received for the capital part, that will be written in share forfeiture. So what you will calculate, whatever the amount you have received, subtract premium received from that part, and then the amount which you have received is for capital part, that will be written in share forfeiture. So these 4 or 5 things we have done in the morning. Now I am coming to a question. So it is saying A Limited forfeited 1000 shares of rupees 10 each, rupees 7 called up, issued at premium of 20% to be paid at the time of allotment. So means premium has to be paid on allotment. Now first thing which you tell me, face value of the share. Face value of the share. Yes. Face value is 10. Then premium per share. Premium per share. Yes, very good. Yes, premium per share is rupees 2. Then issue price. Issue price is what? 12. Yes, very good. Issue price is 12. 20% of 10 has to be calculated. So 20% of 10 is 2 rupees, that is premium. And 10 plus 2 is equal to 12, that will be your issue price. Okay, now this rupees 2 is on allotment. Question has told us, and even if the question is silent, when to collect the premium, it will be always assumed on allotment. Now, first see which installment has not been paid by the shareholder. Which installment has not been paid by the shareholder? Yes. So he has not paid us, first of all. Not paid, first of all. So has he paid the allotment money? Yes. Allotment is paid. So if he has paid us allotment money, means premium is also received. Premium received. So because premium is received, that's why we will not touch premium account in the entry for forfeiture. Now we will move towards the entry. Okay, now I am doing the entry. So equity, share, capital, account, debit. Securities premium will not touch. 2. Whatever he has not paid, equity share, first call account. Then now I have to observe whether what is question is saying. What question is saying about the final call? Has question said anything about the final call? No. So question is up to first call only. Maybe some part of the money will be on second and final call, obviously, or third call also. But we are not aware about that. So means at what time I am forfeiting the share? I am forfeiting the share just after the first call. I am forfeiting the share just after the first call. So I am not concerned about the further calls. Now whatever amount he has paid us, that will go to forfeiture account. So this will be the journal entry for forfeiture. Is it clear? Okay. Now coming to the amounts part. So rule of equity share capital is that capital should be called up. That amount will be written here. Now first thing which I will be deciding is how many shares I have to forfeit. Number of shares to forfeit. It is 1000. And it is clearly mentioned that you have called up rupees 7. Rupees 7 called up. So that's why it will become 7000. Yes, first amount is clear. Now on 1000 shares, I have not received rupees 2. So I have not received rupees 2000. Out of 7 I called, this 7 is only capital part. Premium is not included in this 7. Premium is separate from this 7. So out of this 7, I have not received rupees 2. That's why on application and on allotment, how much capital part I have received? 5. So it will become 5000. One more thing I will be checking here, that if some premium has been received with application and allotment, yes, obviously, but because that premium is not included in this 7, you may get confused. That's why I'm explaining this point. Because that premium was not included in this 7, that was different from this rupees 7. That's why I don't need to subtract from here. Either I can do it like this. See, I will assume application and allotment combined because I don't know the breakup. Application and allotment. Face value is 7 and premium is 2. Sorry, face value is 5 and premium is 2. So the total amount which you have received on application and allotment is rupees 7 per share. Yes, please. This point is clear. So either you will be doing it 7000 minus premium 2000. If you are comfortable, then you can do it like this also. But then you have to move other way. Okay, I am explaining it again. Focus on this point. First tell me what is application money per share. Just tell me. application per share. Can you tell me application per share amount? How you come to know? There is nothing mentioned in this question that application money is rupees 2 per share. Just show me the sentence where it is written that application money is rupees 2 per share. Because it is not given in the question, what is the breakup of application and allotment? I know that total value has been given called up 7. So 7 minus 2. 2 I know that it is of first call. So that's why application and allotment combined is of 5 rupees. Am I correct? So that's why I written here application and allotment is rupees 5. And premium on allotment is rupees 2, that I am saying. Then first call is rupees 2. That I have not received. %20 will be of called up or the total face value. That I told at that time. That's why I am saying please listen each and every point carefully. 20% has nothing to do with this face with this called up value. 20% of what? 20% of face value. 20% of face value, and face value is rupees 10. So that's why up to allotment total amount received. Now listen my question carefully. Up to allotment, the total amount received on these 1000 shares, including premium. What amount you have received? Listen the question carefully. Again, I am asking total amount received including premium up to allotment. I am again repeating, including premium. Yes. 7,000. Out of this 7,000, 2,000 is of premium. Out of 7,000, 2,000 is of premium. So I have done that way also. 7,000 minus 2,000. Now I hope you are clear with which 7,000 I have taken and which 2,000 I have taken. Because I have to write here only capital part, and I have received the money till allotment. That's why till allotment, capital part is rupees 5 only. Rupees 5 is in this value. Premium is not included in called up value, never included in the called up value. This concept should be clear. So you can write it one more rule that premium is never included in the called up value. If the question is saying that much is called up, that is only capital part. So you can move both ways, but you have to be sure that which way I am moving. Okay. Now coming to the reissue part. Now see the reissue sentence. First thing, how many shares you have reissued? 600. Were reissued as rupees 7 paid up. As rupees 7 paid up for rupees 4 per share. So now two parts are there. Which amount you will be getting? 4 you will be receiving or 7 you will be receiving? Very good. Sometimes you were getting here this earlier in the questions. Now try to recall which amount you will be getting in your bank account. Instead of 7 in this question, it is given 7. I told you at that time that one part is paid up. This means that you will assume that I have received rupees 7. But how much you are charging? You are charging only rupees 4. You are taking from the new buyer, from the new investor, you are charging only rupees 4. And while taking rupees 4, you are assuming that he has paid us rupees 7. This is the thing. Now it is clear. So bank account debit. I am having some loss, so that's why share forfeiture account debit to equity share capital account. Now I have issued 600 shares. That's why 600 multiplied by 4, 2400. And I am assuming as 7. So one share is giving me loss of rupees 3. So the loss will be of rupees 3 per share. That's why the amount will be 1800. And the share capital will be how much? 7 multiplied by 600. So that's why it will be 4200. Yes, please. Now see reissue entry. Yes, reissue entry is clear. Now coming to the calculation of capital reserve. So the entry will be share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account. This will be the journal entry. Now we will make this working note again. So our share forfeiture was 5000. We have reissued 600 shares. We have forfeited 1000 shares. So this amount will be 3000. Loss on reissue is 1800. And that's why my capital reserve will be 1200. Yes, please. Any confusion? Whatever you do, do with the logic. If you have some logic to do it, then you will never be long. Okay, now see this question. Forfeited 1,000 shares, 7 called up, premium 20%, same question. For non-payment of allotment money. So this time the shareholder is not paying us allotment money. So whether we will debit the premium account or not. Yes, because we have not received the premium account, that's why we will be debiting the premium account also. So here securities premium reserve account debit, and on 1,000 shares you have not received how much premium? 2,000 you have not received. Then you have not received the allotment money also. To equity share allotment account, and the money is not received is 4. It is giving allotment money is 4 per share. So that's why it will become 4,000. First call is not received 2,000. Now you have received only application money. So out of 7, or you can say out of 7 minus 2 for allotment, minus 2 for first call. So that means application money is rupees 3 per share. So it will simply become 3,000. Yes, please. Is it clear? 7 was called up. I have subtracted allotment only capital part. Premium I left it separate. And 2 for first call I have subtracted. These 2 have not been paid by the investor. He has paid us only the rest of the application money. So rest of the amount out of 7 is rupees 3. Means the breakup is 3 plus 2 plus 2. This is the breakup for face value up to rupees 7 or called up value to rupees 7. So I hope this entry is clear. Now again you are issuing 600 shares as fully paid in such a way that rupees 900 were transferred to capital reserve. This time question has changed some part. This time it has given you capital reserve. So simply you can first complete this entry fast. If you are having short time in exams, this is a simple part to be completed. Question itself is telling you that capital reserve is 900. So now first I will calculate this thing. Multiplied by 600 divided by 1,000. So it will come how much? 1,800. This loss on reissue is not given. Question is asking you to calculate the loss on reissue. You don't know the amounts. But the question has told you that capital reserve will be this much. So we are not knowing how much is paid up. Paid up question has told that as fully paid up you are reissuing. but bank amount is not clear. We will, as it is, write the amount. Yes, obviously capital reserve is given 900. You see, 900 were transferred to capital reserve. So that's why I have transferred 900 to capital reserve. So capital reserve is 900. So it is after subtracting some amount from here, 900. So now you can calculate it. It should be how much? It should be 900. Yes, please. This point is clear. So now this loss is 900. Then you know this amount, capital amount, you know. As fully paid up, it is saying as fully paid up. So fully paid up means 600 multiplied by 10. 6,000. So means you are reissuing the shares, assuming that these shares are fully paid up. So the capital becomes 6,000, but you are having the loss of rupees 900 on the reissue. Then how much you will be charging from the shareholder? Yes, very good. So obviously you are issuing 600 shares for 5,100. So little bit text was there in this entry. So that part I also completed. That is also explained now how to move in a reverse direction. Earlier the bank amount was given, you were calculating this loss and you were calculating the capital reserve. Now the capital reserve has been given. With the help of capital reserve, we have calculated first the loss. Then we have calculated with the help of question the value of the capital. And then we come to know about the bank amount.